Hello everyone, it's me Clayton. I just finished watching The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, starring Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga and John Noble. And it's directed by Michael Chaves, making this the first Conjuring movie of the main Conjuring series to not be directed by James Wan, though he's still credited as a producer. Now, The Devil Made Me Do It case was a case that took place in 1981, which was the first time in U.S. history where a murder case was basically had the defendant plead not guilty due to demonic possession. And this movie basically takes that premise and makes a new Conjuring movie out of it to essentially have Ed and Lorraine Warren go on another spooky adventure that's clearly not exactly what happened in real life, despite being supposedly based on a true story. Then again, that sort of thing can get you a long way when it comes to making movies. Now, when it comes to the other Conjuring movies, I liked them a whole lot. And I gotta say, out of the three of them, this is probably the least good out of all of them. But considering the quality of the other two Conjuring films, that's less of this movie being bad and more of James Wan's contributions being missed in this one. I just think James Wan's a master behind the camera. He's great at pacing, tension, and all that stuff. And it was Michael Chaves who directed this film, who previously directed The Curse of La Llorona back in 2019. Thankfully, this movie is nowhere near as bad as The Curse of La Llorona. It just seems like the mastery of tension building and the mastery of scares that James Wan has built up over the years is just not here this time. While there is a decent amount of tension when it comes to the scary scenes, and the film manages to keep up a good pace throughout its 1 hour and 52-minute run, the actual scares themselves are really only about the ones that would, be good for like a first date movie. Like one where the couple would sit together in the theater, hold each other during the jump scares, and, wouldn't really have them shaking in their boots. In comparison to something like, Quiet Place Part 2, the scares here are a lot less thrilling and a lot less effective. But I will say that Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson do a great job as the Warrens, and they're the best actors in this movie, just like they usually are. Plus, the actors they got for Arn Johnson and the other actors in the movie, they did a pretty good job, too. John Noble especially seems to always deliver a pretty compelling performance no matter what he's in. But then again, he's formerly of Lord of the Rings, so that's expected. And I really do like a lot of the effects during the demonic possession scenes. They're creepy, they have a lot of body horror elements to them, and I do appreciate that the movie pays homage to other films of this type, such as The Exorcist, without seeming like it's overdoing it. And same could go for the soundtrack too, especially with some classic early 80s, late 70s tunes, and even a use of Suspicious Minds from Elvis. We also learn a bit more about Ed and Lorraine's relationship from early on, and considering that Vera and Patrick are the best parts of their movies, having that building on their connection really does make a whole lot of sense, considering you've got two great actors playing the Warrens, so you might as well make the most of them. And they certainly do that. So, yeah, I don't think The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It is going to convert any new fans as far as the Conjuring universe is concerned, but if you're already a fan of the first two Conjuring films, you'll probably get something out of this. That's why I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. See you next time.